You are awake before the city knows it, not because of noise, not because of light, but because your mind never fully rests. Stone and silk surround you, layered with warmth and authority, built to separate you from the ordinary world beyond these walls. Morning presses gently against tall windows. Paris breathes somewhere outside, distant and unaware. This is not a palace meant for comfort. It is meant for command. The year is 1805, and this day already belongs to you. You rise without urgency. Time does not hurry you here. It rearranges itself around you. As you move, the room responds. Footsteps are heard, fabric shifts, presence is acknowledged before it is seen. You are Napoleon Bonaparte, not the general, not the legend, the emperor. The chamber reveals itself as you turn. Heavy curtains, polished floors, walls that have learned to keep secrets. Nothing in this room exists by accident. Everything was chosen to remind others who you are.
The air carries a faint trace of candle smoke and ink, remnants of a night spent thinking ahead of the world. You do not look for mirrors. You measure yourself by the stillness around you. When attendants enter, they do so carefully, as if stepping into a space that already belongs to your thoughts. They do not speak unless required. They already know the order of things. Clothing is brought forward not as decoration, but as armor.
Layer by layer, weight returns to you, not burdensome, familiar. Fabric settles, buttons close, the shape of authority reforms. Each piece reminds the room that you are not here to be questioned. Jewelry follows, metal cool against skin, history resting where it can be seen. Even alone, you are never unmarked. When the dressing is complete, there is a pause, not ceremonial, instinctive, because something has shifted. The man has disappeared. What remains is the image that France expects. You step forward. The palace opens. Corridors stretch outward, wide and deliberate, built to impress before a word is spoken. Light spills across stone, breaking into long shapes that move slowly as the morning advances. Servants withdraw to the edges. Guards adjust without sound. No command is given. None is needed. Your presence clears space. As you walk, messages travel faster than your footsteps. Doors open ahead of you. Conversations die before reaching your ears. The palace is awake now, not because the sun has risen, but because you are moving. The dining chamber receives you without ceremony. This is not a place of indulgence. It is a place of observation. A table waits, already prepared. Food arrives quickly, efficiently, without drawing attention to itself. You eat without haste, not for pleasure, for readiness. Reports appear beside your plate, letters folded with care, ink dry, seals intact. You read between movements, victories summarized, supplies accounted for, delays explained carefully. You notice what is written and what is avoided. This is how truth presents itself to power.
You lift your cup. Only then does the room breathe again. Others follow your pace instinctively, careful not to move too quickly, not to linger too long. From this table, you learn more than words ever reveal. Ambition shows itself in posture, fear in restraint, loyalty in silence. You say little. Silence works better. When you rise, the room rises with you. Breakfast is over. The day is no longer patient.
The council chamber waits. Maps lie open across polished wood, their edges worn by hands that have tried to shape the world. Europe spreads beneath you, not as it is, as it could be. You stand at the table's edge and look down. Borders do not speak, they listen. Every line represents a choice once made, some by force, some by hesitation, many by men who believed their decisions would last. Your hand rests where empires touch. Here, distance collapses. Here, entire nations fit beneath your reach. Advisors speak carefully, not to inform you, to align themselves with what they believe you already know. You listen without interruption, not because you agree, because reaction too soon reveals too much. Orders form quietly, spoken once. That is enough. Ink moves, the future adjusts.
An army will march. Another will wait. A message will arrive in a city not yet aware it has been chosen. This is how power moves, without spectacle. When the chamber empties, it does so slowly. Each man carries a version of what he believes you decided. Some are correct, some are not. That too is useful. You step away from the table. The air shifts again as you move into narrower corridors.
Older stone closes in, forcing focus. These halls remember different rulers, some confident, some desperate. They all believed the moment belonged to them. You do not rush. You do not linger. A letter is delivered without ceremony, another matter pressing. You acknowledge it with a single movement. The servant withdraws immediately, already forgetting your face, remembering only the instruction. This is efficiency. This is distance. Later, you enter a quieter space, one not designed to impress. Documents wait, unurgent, yet unavoidable. You read more slowly now, not because the words are complex, because their consequences have grown. Decisions made in the morning feel heavier by afternoon. Certainty reveals edges. Responsibility sharpens. You set one paper aside. Some choices require space before action.
Outside, Paris continues. Markets open, voices rise, lives unfold unaware of how close they stand to your decisions. Inside, silence returns. Not the silence of waiting, the silence of consequence. A cup is placed nearby. You do not reach for it immediately. Even rest carries meaning. The light changes again. Shadows lengthen along stone. Time has moved forward, indifferent to intention. You stand. There is still more to carry. Night arrives quietly. Torches replace daylight. The palace softens, layer by layer, into something almost human. Less watchful, more honest. You move through familiar rooms, not comfortable, final. Symbols are removed, heavy fabric set aside. What remains cannot be taken off.
You pause alone. No maps, no voices, only the memory of what has already been set in motion. Outside, the city exhales. Inside these walls, the empire does not sleep. You lie back, not to escape, to endure. Tomorrow has already begun forming. It will demand precision. It will demand certainty. It will demand you. Power does not rest. It only waits.